Alright, so in this video, we're going to be talking about 5 different national parks here in the United States that you could visit in 2025. The United States is home to over 60 national parks, and each one has something amazing to offer. And not just the national parks, but also there are hundreds of state parks all over the United States that you could visit. But in this video, we're going to be talking about 5 national parks that I recommend that you check out in 2025. Let's take a look. The first national park I'll mention on this list is Yellowstone National Park in Montana, Idaho, and Wyoming. Yellowstone National Park is the oldest national park that was first established in the United States on March 1st, 1872 by President Ulysses Grant. Yellowstone National Park is home to so many elk, bison, deer, all kinds of animals that you can see out from your car window. And Yellowstone National Park is home to some of the most amazing geysers in the world, including Old Faithful, a really big or really old historic geyser that millions of people visit every year. Also, Yellowstone is home to a very large supervolcano, which could end life as we know it if it were ever to erupt. Yellowstone is the largest national park in the United States, and it's amazing to see. I've never been able to see it personally, but I've heard from so many people that Yellowstone is quite the sight to see. It is a park that I have yet to see, and I cannot wait to experience it once I finally get the chance to do so. Yellowstone is absolutely amazing. Some of the most beautiful waterfalls that you'll ever see. Some of the most amazing hiking trails you'll ever see. And it is just something that I recommend as one of the national parks that you need to visit right now in 2025. Coming at number 2 on this list is Zion National Park in Utah. Zion National Park is in a really amazing canyon that was formed by erosion and deposition, primarily due to the Virgin River, which runs right in the middle of the canyon, which has carved out like some of the park's like famous canyons and rock formations. The sandstone cliffs that are made up of Navajo sandstone, which has been deposited over millions of years, basically creating this vibrant red, orange, and like white rock layer, so to speak. And the canyon itself is approximately 15 miles long, or about 2,000 feet deep. Now, visitors of this park can enjoy absolutely breathtaking views when they go along the canyons and hike some of the world-famous trails, like, for example, Angel's Landing, which not only is one of the most famous trails in the world, but is also one of the most dangerous, responsible for so many deaths over the years. I've hiked most of Angel's Landing. The hardest part, the part where you have to hold on to a rail, every time I've gone, it's always been closed, so never been able to do that part. But I've at least been able to go up close to it, so I'm able to at least see why it is such a world-famous trail and why so many people hike it every single year. Zion National Park has plenty of other trails as well. Now, I've done the Emerald Pools, I've done all the upper pools, lower pools, all that. All amazing trails. The only trail that I have not been able to do, and one that I really want to do, is the Narrows. The only problem with the Narrows is the Narrows are extremely hard to do because of constant flooding in the park. There are certain times of the year where the river floods and can cause serious issues, so they often close it. The last time I was at Zion National Park, they closed the park, or at least they closed the Narrows portion of the park because it was April and there was still a lot of snow and ice near the Narrows part of the park. Personally, I recommend this park absolutely. The canyon itself is absolutely breathtaking to see for anybody who likes breathtaking views. This is definitely one that I recommend checking out if you have never been there, or if you've never been to Utah, period. Utah is home to some of the most amazing national parks. There's a total of 5. There's Zion National Park, Bryce Canyon, there's Capitol Reef National Park, there's the Canyonland, I think it's the Canyonlands is what they call it, and then number 5 is the Arches. They're all really amazing national parks, but I think Zion is the best out of these 5 because it's some of the most amazing rock formations that have over millions of years, and the Virgin River running right through it just creates a really amazing ecosystem to be able to check out. So yes, this is my personal favorite national park on this list, and it's one of the many that I recommend that you check out in 2025. All right, coming in at number 3 on this list is the Grand Canyon National Park, one of my favorites that I've ever been able to visit, and I feel so fortunate that I've been able to visit this one, and I really hope you guys can check this one out. This amazing national park is the deepest canyon in the entire world. It spans over 277 miles in length, 18 miles in width, and it is around 6,000 feet at its deepest point. The Grand Canyon was formed by the Colorado River over millions of years. Basically, it continues to shape its landscape, making the canyon a dynamic feature. The exposed rock layers basically date back to about 2 billion years, offering a window into Earth's geological history. The park itself is part of the Colorado Plateau, which is known for its stunning sandstone formations and unique topography, which is just absolutely incredible. If you ever get the chance to see this part, if you ever go out to one of those viewpoints and you're able to look out amongst the entire Grand Canyon, it is mind-blowing. It almost doesn't even feel real. You feel like you're almost in a dream. That's how amazing it is. Some people might say, oh, it's just a big hole in the ground. No, it's not. It's literally the largest canyon on the face of the earth. I mean, you'll never see a canyon at least on land, that is deeper than the Grand Canyon. Now, obviously, there are canyons deep in the sea that make the Grand Canyon look like nothing in comparison, of course. But we'll never get to see those unless people actually manage to get down there to those deepest depths. But the Grand Canyon itself is just amazing. It has an incredible visitor center. I went there on an incredibly hot day, but it was totally worth it, even though it took a while to get out because there were so many tourists there that day. We were not even close to the only people there. That it was really packed. We should have gone there in the morning, but you know what? It was worth going there no matter what you're able to see. And I would absolutely love to go back at any time, and I plan to eventually. I'm going to be going back to this canyon, and I really hope that you guys get a chance to check out this canyon because it is absolutely worth the trip, even if it takes a while to get there. Coming in at number 4 on this list is Yosemite National Park in the Sierra Nevada mountains in California. It is one of the most iconic national parks in the United States, one that I am very familiar with. I grew up about 2 hours from this amazing national park, so I'm very familiar with a lot of the trails. Basically, it's known for its towering granite cliffs, giant sequoia trees, waterfalls. The waterfalls are just incredible. Some of the tallest and most amazing waterfalls you'll ever see. If you ever get the chance to see this park, Yosemite Falls is, I believe, the tallest waterfall in the United States and one of the tallest in the world. It also just has a very diverse ecosystem, especially down in the valley area. This is a great place if you're an outdoor enthusiast, if you're somebody who really goes out and hikes a lot, or if you're a cyclist. This is also a really good place to take your bike and go out and go on some of the best roads or hiking trails. This is just a great place to do that. Like I said, I've been on so many of the trails. I've gotten to see so many of the famous landmarks, again, like Half Dome. I have never been able to hike Half Dome, but I'd really, really like to. If I ever go back to California, I'm definitely going to try to do that if I ever get the chance. And one of the best things about Yosemite is that the weather's always great. I mean, not all the time, but it's most of the year it's great because it is in California, so it's not going to get a ton of rain. It does get rain sometimes, but that's mostly in the early seasons of the year. But most of the year it's pretty hot and dry. Now the thing about Yosemite that you got to be aware of is that there's a lot of snow, especially in the early months of the year. There's a lot of rain, snow, so they often close parts of the park because of the snow conditions in January. So best time to visit Yosemite, I would say, would be probably July, August, even September. When just about every trail is going to be open. Every part of the park is going to be open. Now that does go into, fire season. So again, Yosemite does deal with a lot of wildfires. So that is another concern. But with those things aside, this is a great national park to check out if you've never been. One that I definitely recommend. I mean, I've recommended like all of these on this list. This one is the one I'm most familiar with, at least in terms of what I've been able to do and what I've been able to see in this park and everything I know. But yes, if you ever get the chance to go to Yosemite National Park or any of the national parks in that area, like the Sequoia or Kings Canyon, be sure to go there. You do not want to miss out on this amazing opportunity. And finally, coming at number 5 on this list, we have Rocky Mountain National Park in central Colorado. It is one of the most visited national parks in the United States. I think it's second or third. I think it's third because number 2 would be the Grand Canyon, and number 1 is Great Smoky Mountain National Park. Those are the 3 most visited national parks in the United States. And Rocky Mountain National Park is visited for a reason. It has some of the most majestic mountains in the world. It's got a very diverse ecosystem. I got a chance to go to Rocky Mountain National Park last year with some family, and it was absolutely amazing. I got to see some of the most amazing trails in my entire life that I could never even imagine were possible. I got to see actually a pair of moose that ran across the parking lot, and I was blown away because I knew moose were pretty big, but I didn't realize how big they were. They are majestic creatures, and they're definitely ones to give respect. They deserve that respect. But as far as the ecosystem, the Rocky Mountain National Park is one of the most diverse ecosystems of any national park in the United States. It has an amazing forest. Like, you're almost any trail you're in, you're going to be in a bunch of trees, and it's going to be, and it's amazing to, to be part of that experience. If you ever get the chance to go to Rocky Mountain National Park, I highly recommend it because, it's a once-in-a-lifetime experience unless you happen to live very closely. If you live in Denver, or if you live in Loveland or Boulder or any place nearby, then you've probably been there many times. But if you haven't been there before and you are looking for national parks to check out in Colorado, I definitely recommend this one over the others in Colorado because this one is the most iconic. This one, it has the Rocky Mountain in the name because it has the most majestic mountains you'll see in Colorado. I mean, almost all of them are there. They are absolutely breathtaking, and it's not hard to get in the park. Very easy access. The thing about this park in particular is that you have to make a reservation to get in this park because, everybody's trying to get in, and they're only holding so many people in at a time at the park. So we went in every day at 7 a.m. and it was totally worth it. It was worth getting out of the car, going up the mountains, being able to hike, seeing some of the coolest lakes that I've ever seen. They're really clear freshwater lakes, just absolutely breathtaking. And I recommend checking this out if you have the chance to do so this year, or really any chance in the future at all. Be sure to go to this park at any point because it is totally worth it. Alright, so that's going to do it for today's video. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys want to see more content about state parks, national parks, and anything else related to US geography, be sure to drop a like on this video and be sure to subscribe to the channel. That really helps me out. I really want to be able to provide content out for you guys, so be sure to do me a favor and drop a like button on this video and subscribe. And if you've been to any of these national parks before, be sure to drop a comment, tell me how your experience is. I really want to know about your guys' experience at these national parks, or really any other national parks for that matter. Share your experience, tell me how it went. I'm curious to know, and I will see you guys for the next video.